One night, right before we were called to make an appearance, he handed me some makeup.
Here, you might need this.
Then he walked away to go talk to his dad like it was no big deal. But it was. I had never worn makeup in my life, and I ended up looking like a raccoon who had just lost a fist fight. Mateus, does this look okay?
I'm not a beauty consultant, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I don't want to go out there looking like a total clown.
I don't think anyone will be looking at you anyway, ma'am.
What a bonehead!
Amara, my sweet love muffin! You can't escape destiny!
I bolted into the garden, praying the maze would swallow me whole. But no, my stupid foot had to betray me. I tripped over a vine and crashed face first into the ground. Before I could even sit up, he landed next to me with a rose clenched in his teeth like a bootleg Latin dancer.
Amara, I see you've fallen for me, just like I have fallen for you. Take this rose, and let's seal the deal with a kiss.
I could see the spit glistening on the stem. And those lips, dry, chapped, and rougher than a sidewalk. God, I had gotten myself into a nightmare. Hey, lovies, my name is Amara, and the cringe machine there is Tiago, the Prime Minister's very spoiled son. Wanna know all the deets on this entanglement? First, like, share, and subscribe to your fave channel, Confession Diary. Growing up, I wasn't your typical girl into dolls and tea parties. Nuh-uh. I've loved capoeira since I was 3 years old, thanks to my father who used to spar with his friends. It's like martial arts, dance, and acrobatics all mashed together. Fast forward to 16, and I'm still sparring, even with the guys on the block. I ducked just as his foot whizzed past my face. I dropped low, sweeping for his ankles. He jumped, landing like a total show-off. My teeth clenched. Another kick straight for my chest. I leaned back, fingers brushing the pavement for balance. Suddenly, there were screeching tires and slamming doors.
Amara, what on earth are you doing jumping around like a circus animal when you should be with me and your father at the press conference?
Oh crap, not again, I sighed. The woman yelling like I just robbed a bank? Yeah, that's Portugal's rising political star, aka Mom. Annoyed, I spun around to face her. Why should I be dragged to another boring press conference?
So you prefer to hang out with street rats?
They're my friends. Ugh, you're such a drama queen.
I am your mother, and you will talk to me with respect.
Here's the thing. Mom is super obsessed with becoming a candidate in the Prime Minister's party, while Dad and I were just props in her dumb campaign. Suddenly, the blinding flashes of cameras went off like fireworks. Mom's voice suddenly syrupy sweet, as it always did around paparazzi.
Amara, the Prime Minister's son, your boyfriend, is waiting for us at the gala.
Before I could open my mouth to protest, Mom pulled me into a hug and whispered into my ear,
"The Prime Minister's son likes you. You're going to date him, and it'll be great, you know?"
Was she crazy? I was just about to give her a hard pass when a genius idea hit me. I pulled away from Mom and spoke loudly. Mom, I know how much you love capoeira and want me in the junior championship. I was just getting some practice in. Let's not keep my boyfriend waiting, shall we? Mom and I locked eyes. Spoiler alert, 2 things Mom hated. Capoeira, saying it was too dangerous for a girl, and bad press. I begged Mom for years to let me compete, but she shut it down every single time. But now I had her exactly where I wanted her. But it came with a huge price tag. With a slight nod, we reached a silent agreement. She plastered on a smile.
We shall.
And that, my friends, is how I ended up at the Prime Minister's gala with Tiago trailing me like a lovesick puppy. Okay, now back to the top. Tiago's lips were just an inch away from mine when, thank the universe, someone cleared their throat behind me.
Sir, your father is requesting your presence.
It was Mateus, Tiago's bodyguard. He was only 2 years older than us, but he looked like he could bench press a car and was as serious as a London guard. Tiago shot him a death glare.
You idiot! Couldn't you wait? I'm in the middle of something with my babe.
At school, Tiago was always so rude to Mateus, and I had the sudden urge to smack Tiago, but I wasn't about to mess up my plans. Mateus was like a robot. I never even saw him blink.
Sir, if you'd prefer I tell your father you're busy with your babe. Oh, fine, babe. Let's go.
That night was just the beginning of a never-ending parade of events Tiago and I had to show up at. One night, right before we were called to make an appearance, he handed me some makeup.
Here, you might need this.
Then he walked away to go talk to his dad like it was no big deal. But it was. I had never worn makeup in my life, and I ended up looking like a raccoon who had just lost a fist fight. Mateus, does this look okay?
I'm not a beauty consultant, ma'am.
Oh, come on. I don't want to go out there looking like a total clown.
I don't think anyone will be looking at you anyway, ma'am.
What a bonehead! And then, out of nowhere, Mateus grabbed the eyeliner and eyeshadow, and in like 10 seconds flat, he fixed my face, and it was perfect. I stood there, jaw on the ground, just as Tiago walked up.
Babe, you look beautiful.
I looked back at Mateus, who was already back to his usual deadpan expression like he hadn't just pulled off a miracle. So of course, I decided to spice things up after that. My goal? Get Mateus to crack just one tiny smile. Over the next few events, I went all out trying to make Mateus laugh, turning my eyelids inside out and pretending to be a zombie, juggling frosted donuts, one of which smacked an ambassador in the head, and other crazy, ridiculous antics. Of course, I made sure all of this stayed out of Tiago's and his father's line of sight. Slowly but surely, Mateus almost started to look human. Almost. Going to events with Tiago wasn't leaving any time to practice for the upcoming tournament. So one afternoon when Tiago wanted me to go on a date with him, I pretended to be sick and met up with the guys to practice. It felt amazing to be in my element again. The next day, I ducked Tiago at school, but he cornered me that night at an event, his face red like a boiled lobster.
Is this why you stood me up?
On the screen was a video of me at practice, sweat dripping and hair wild. I have a tournament to prepare for, so what?
What will people think seeing my girlfriend out there looking like something the cat dragged in?
I glared at him. I don't care what people think.
Well, I do. If you don't stop this, I'll...
Out of nowhere, loud explosions rang out, cutting Tiago off, and then everything went to hell. He was whisked away and I was knocked over. A shattered glass rained upon us. I darted behind a massive vase, seeking cover as my heart pounded. Suddenly, a hand covered my mouth, and I struggled, my heart racing.
Amara, it's me.
I froze. Mateus? I stopped freaking out. Kinda.
I'm gonna get you out of here. When I say move, you move. Got it?
I nodded. He grabbed my hand.
Move!
We ran, ducking behind walls, tables, anything we could find. More explosions erupted around us, and Mateus shielded me. Finally, we reached the outside, and I felt as though my heart was about to collapse with relief. That's when I noticed the red mark on Mateus's arm. Mateus, you're hurt!
I'm fine.
Mom and Dad burst out of nowhere, their faces filled with fear. Amara, are you okay? I'm fine. Mateus, thank you. But when I turned around to look at Mateus, he was already gone. That night, I hardly slept because I was so worried about him. And the next morning, Mom hit me with the best news ever.
Tiago's been flown out of the country to keep him safe.
And what about Mateus?
What about him?
Did you forget that he got hurt yesterday saving me? And Mom's phone rang, cutting me off mid-rant.
Yes, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm glad he made it over safely.
And just like that, she disappeared with 0 answers. Since Mom wasn't going to help me find out about Mateus, and I didn't have his number, I went full FBI mode online. And you know what I found? Nothing. No socials, no pictures, nada. Like, who wasn't online in this 21st century? All I wanted to do was thank the guy for saving my life and to see if he was okay. Was that too much to ask? I needed to clear my head, so I went for a walk. And that's when I spotted Mateus wearing a long black cloak and a hat looking all mysterious. He turned into an alley, and I decided to follow. I was almost to the other side when someone slammed me into the wall.
Who are you and what do you want?
Mateus, it's me, Amara. Mateus's face changed from angry to worried.
Amara, what are you doing here?
Before I could explain, he grabbed my hand.
Come on, we need to move.
We darted through alley after alley until we stopped in front of this old wooden door. He pulled out a key, unlocked it, and pushed it open. I braced myself for like a gang of criminals or stacks of stolen cash, but definitely not 3 little girls running straight for him. Mateus! Mateus, where are we? The girl stopped and stared at me like I had just landed from Mars. Who is she? Gosh, she's pretty. Is she your girlfriend? Mateus turned bright red and I giggled. Just then, a frail-looking woman appeared.
Come on, girls. Let's leave Mateus and his guest. Thanks, Mom.
The girls giggled as they left. I glanced around. The place was small but cozy with pictures of Mateus and his family on the walls.
I'm sorry about earlier, but it wasn't safe out there.
Are you in some sort of trouble?
The Prime Minister's men are after me.
I held my breath as he continued.
Yesterday, after the incident, I saw the Prime Minister.
Just then, his mother walked in.
Mateus, will your guest be joining us for dinner?
No. Yes, I'd love to.
Great.
When his mother left, I turned to him. Thank you for saving me yesterday.
I'll do it again in a heartbeat.
My heart did a little flip before his sister came and dragged us to the dinner table, and our conversation was forgotten. During dinner, Mateus was happy and laughing with his family. His sisters were triplets, 9 years old and full of energy. Tammy, Tia, and Tiffany. With his mom being ill, he had been handling everything, the bills, her meds, and his sisters. By the time dinner was over, I saw Mateus in a different light. As I was leaving, I turned to him. Can I come back tomorrow after practice?
Mateus would love to see you tomorrow.
Mateus rolled his eyes but smiled.
See you tomorrow, Amara.
Over the next few weeks, I went to Mateus's after practice, getting close to him and his sisters. I'd bring treats, help his mom with dinner, and for once, I felt like I belonged somewhere. But the day before the tournament, things took a drastic turn. As I headed to Mateus's, my phone buzzed. Hey, Mateus, I'm on my way to you.
There are 2 men following you.
Following me? Why?
If you get out of this alive, I'll tell you.
If?
Sorry, bad choice of words.
You think?
Listen, just do what I say and you'll be fine.
Where are you?
Behind them. Take a left.
Into the toddler play gym?
Are you gonna throw diapers at the guys following you? Your other left.
Into the amusement park?
Yes. Oh, crap.
The line went silent. Mateus? No answer. Mateus! Frantic, I spun around and locked eyes with the 2 men. I stopped for a split second before they charged toward me. Panic surged through me as I ran the crowd, heart racing as I focused on my escape plan, the wall at the back of the park. Just as I grabbed the edge to pull myself up, someone yanked my shirt, slamming me to the ground. Ah! The world spun briefly as I gasped for air, and 4 men towered over me. Oh great, this is how I die! Luckily for me, adrenaline took over. I swung my leg, connecting with the first guy's knee. He stumbled back, grunting in pain, as the second guy lunged. I rolled away, my body moving on pure instinct, and quickly sprang to my feet, throwing a punch so hard my knuckles stung. Capoeira training? Yeah, finally paying off. I wasn't going down without a fight. Then out of nowhere, familiar faces showed up, stepping between me and the men.
Amara, go! We've got this!
Breathless, I nodded and scaled the wall. I didn't stop running until I made it to my bedroom. My whole body was shaking and my lungs burned, but I was finally safe. Just then, my phone rang, startling me.
Outside your window. Open up.
I rushed over and threw it open. Sure enough, there he was. When he climbed into my room, I hugged him so tightly I could barely breathe. I thought something happened to you. Then I punched his arm. Don't ever do that again.
Ouch! I won't, I promise.
Why were those guys following me?
They weren't after you. They were after me.
What? Why?
Because I saw something I wasn't supposed to. I saw the Prime Minister paying off the men who stormed the event.
My stomach dropped. Why would he do that?
He needed a distraction. He's sneaking exotic animals out of the country using government planes. That day, a huge shipment was leaving. He didn't want anyone to notice the plane's unscheduled takeoff.
I gasped. So the plane that took Tiago out of the country was loaded with the shipment.
Exactly. You're as smart as you are beautiful.
Did Mateus just call me beautiful? My pulse fluttered as I shook my head to focus. But how did you figure all of this out?
Weird things have been happening over the past few months in the Prime Minister's house, and the incident just pieced everything together for me.
So what are you gonna do now? Tell the police?
I'll need more than the police to help with this.
I took a step closer. Maybe my mother could help.
You think she would?
He took a step closer. If Mom knew what the Prime Minister was into, she would have never joined his team. I'm sure she'd help. I took another step. Mateus and I were standing so close to each other that I'm sure he could have heard my heartbeat.
This is the chip with the information she'll need to take the Prime Minister down.
Mateus was watching me strangely. Is there something on my face? And suddenly, he pulled me into a kiss. I froze for a heartbeat, the world slipping away. Just then, my bedroom door swung open.
Amara, what is the meaning of this?
My eyes darted between Mom and Mateus. I swore Mom's eyes had tiny flames as she glared at Mateus.
If he doesn't leave my house this instant, I'll get him arrested.
Mateus shot me an apologetic look before diving out of the window.
Have you forgotten that you have a boyfriend?
Mom, we both know that Tiago wasn't really my boyfriend. And besides, I really need your help with something.
You have 5 minutes.
I spilled everything in a rush, handing her the chip. She stared at it, her face unreadable.
Fine. If I help you, I don't ever want to see you around that low-class bodyguard again. Do you understand?
There was no way I was going to stop seeing Mateus, but for now, I needed her help, so I agreed. That night, I slept like a baby knowing Mom was helping Mateus, and he had a chance at a normal life again without being in danger. The next morning, I woke up ready for the tournament and super excited. Mom was too busy to come, so Dad escorted me. The energy was insane, but no matter how fierce the fights got, I could not stop thinking about Mateus and his family. Somehow, I pushed through, and when I won, I couldn't wait to share my victory with him.
Congrats, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Dad.
How about we grab some victory ice cream?
Can I meet you there? I just need to make a quick stop first. Dad nodded, and I hurried off. But when I got to Mateus's, my face paled. The door was wide open, the place was trashed, and there was no sign of anyone. Panic exploded in my chest like a bomb. I needed to get to Mom. I needed her to fix this, to find them. When I arrived home, Mom was just getting into her car. Mom, they're missing! Mom looked at me blankly.
Who's missing?
Mateus, his family, their house, it's wrecked.
I knew you couldn't stay away from that boy.
It clicked. It was you, wasn't it? You're protecting the Prime Minister? How could you? Tears blurred my vision. How could Mom betray me like this?
Amara, I suggest you keep quiet before you say something you'll regret.
But I wasn't about to stay quiet. I should have known that the only person you ever looked out for was yourself. I hate you! Without another word, Mom hopped into the car and drove off. What was supposed to be the best day of my life turned into a horrible nightmare. Over the next 3 days, I posted pictures of Mateus and his family on every social media platform, hoping someone would recognize them. By the 4th day, with no leads, I lost it and stormed into Mom's office. Tell me what you did to Mateus!
Amara, now is not the time or place for this.
We are talking about this, now! I know you wanted me to date Tiago for your career, but I don't like him. I'm in love with Mateus. Wait, did I just say that out loud? My face went 3 shades of red when I heard Tiago's voice.
You what?
I spun around to see him and the Prime Minister.
You love that nobody? I have everything you could ever want. Money, power, status.
Yeah, tons of money, but the manners of a goat and the personality of a skunk. What a shame.
Oh, you are so going to regret this. Actually, she won't. But you, Tiago, and your father will.
Wait, Mom was on my side now? I blinked in disbelief as she picked up the phone on her desk, a cold glint in her eyes.
Send your men in now.
Before Tiago could react, Dad and others stormed in, dragging Tiago and the Prime Minister outside. Dad, what's going on? Why are you dressed like that?
Well, sweetheart, your dad is a CIA agent.
I stared at Mom like she'd grown gills. Did she seriously just say that? What?
They've been after the Prime Minister for years, but never had enough proof until you gave us that chip. I'm sorry I made you go out with Tiago.
Wait, that was your idea? You used me as bait?
Yes. With you being close to Tiago, no one suspected your mother was actively searching for clues.
So, Mom's a CIA agent too?
No, just a very supportive wife.
And Mateus and his family?
They're in witness protection. They'll be safe there until a few things are settled.
I was so happy they were safe, and now that I knew everything, I realized how much of a jerk I had acted towards Mom. I'm sorry for what I said the other day, Mom. Please forgive me. She pulled me into a hug.
I forgive you, baby. I didn't want you to be close to Mateus because I didn't want you to get hurt. But now I see how much you care about him.
I understand, Mom. I do.
You'll get to see him in a few months, okay?
Now you're probably wondering what I did in those next few months to keep my mind off Mateus. Well, Mom started her own political party, and with the elections coming up, we were knee-deep in campaigns. On election night, I stood in the crowd at Mom's headquarters, watching the results come in when I saw a familiar face. Is that Mateus? My heart skipped a beat.
Yep, it is. I thought we needed more hands on deck. Why don't you go over and say hello?
Mom didn't have to tell me twice. I practically ran over to him, my stomach in knots. And when he turned around and smiled at me, I swear my knees nearly gave out. Before I could even speak, he wrapped his arms around me, pulling me into a tight hug, and kissed me.
I missed you so much.
I missed you too. And then from somewhere behind us, we heard voices singing,
Amara and Mateus sitting in a tree, Kissing.
I looked around and saw his sisters, who had wide grins on their faces, followed by Mateus's mom, who looked a lot better, whisking them away.
Come on, girls. Give them some space.
I turned back to Mateus.
Would you like to go on a date with me?
My heart did a little happy dance. I'd love to.